and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hi guys, and welcome on back into my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hello and welcome, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome as well to our little family. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my Disney college program. I actually used to be a part of the Disney college program. That's kind of how my channel kind of got started, like with me just kind of doing those videos from my Disney college program. So those videos are still up on my channel, by the way. They are very old videos. If you're looking forward to finding out a little bit more about the Disney college program, or just to hear about my experience, if you're interested in the program, if you're applying to the program, like what to expect, then this is the video for you. Yeah, definitely like this video, give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos. And as well, follow me on my social medias. That's actually how I ended up coming up with this idea for my YouTube Ask My Subscribers, so then you can also be a part of the video planning and also be a part of this channel in a way. Yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get on into this Disney college program video. So I have a list. I made a list. This is the list. I'm so organized, guys. Like, I'm gonna break down this video because if I didn't, I would be literally all over the place. So I broke it down into 7 sections. So I will be talking about applying for the college program, as well as the phone job interview, the housing, as well as roommates, traditions and job training, location reveals, my experience with my role, as well as my location, courses that Disney offers for you to get college credit, activities that the college program specifically has for CPs, and my overall experience of the program, and basically asking the final question is if I would want to do it all over again. So I found out the program through Instagram, so I followed Disney. That's kind of where they promoted this college program, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, I never heard about like Disney offering like a college program. I love Disney. I love Disney movies. Like, I grew up watching Disney Channel, so I was just like, oh, anything with Disney, like, sure. And like, I started watching videos on YouTube about hearing other people's, stories about their programs, and it got me excited to be like, okay, that's it. I'm just gonna apply to the program and see what ends up happening. So then I went to the Disney job portal link. I will also try and link the college program. I'm not sure if they're having it now, if they're like trying to bring it back for next year. I'm not sure, but if it is gonna be next year, I will link it down below. But when you go through the portal and the job link, you actually get your choice of choosing like which location you want to choose. You can choose either Disney's Disney World location, or you can choose the Anaheim location. You get your choice of choosing like where exactly you want to be, and then after that you have to upload your resume, obviously. They're gonna ask you about your GPA, your grade scores, like all that stuff. They will send you a message if they want to interview you for the job, and if they do choose to interview you for the job, then you will set up a phone interview. Who knows, Disney may not even like do phone interviews anymore. They may end up doing like Zoom interviews instead, so who knows. When I did the program, that was like 3 years ago, so they probably have improved since I last left the program, which my program was from 2018, like the fall of 2018 to the end of like 2018 winter. So my phone interview actually went pretty well. I was a little bit nervous at first, just because it's like you don't know who you're talking to. So it's almost like, how am I supposed to get a feel for this person? Like, how do I know they like me or they don't like me? But yeah, like they mostly just, ask, your basic interview questions, like, why'd you choose Disney? Why do you want to work with us? Like all those basic questions. And I just gave them my honest answer. Like, I told them, like, I grew up watching Disney Channel. I loved going to Disney. I went ever since I was 4 years old, and my family, we continue to have family reunions or like we call them family reunions, but it's like more like a big family vacation. They're just honestly wanting to get to know you and understand you. If you are wanting to be a character attendant, which is one of the roles, and I'll get into the roles in a minute, the character attendant question. And that's basically when they ask you, oh, like what to say when Pooh Bear is, you know, needs his break. They will ask you, like, it may not even be Winnie, it may be Ariel, it may be Cinderella, and you just kind of just have to try to come up with a creative, you know, thing so that hopefully, like, to smooth over the fact that, you know, you may not be able to see Ariel or Winnie the Pooh like right now. Like once you finish your like phone interview and all that, I think they'll send you an email so that you can be able to rank I forgot if it's before or after, to have your choice of choosing your roles. This whole thing is like funny, but like I wanted to audition to be a performer. I had dance background, I have cheerleading background, so you know I wanted to do something like be like in the parades. A week before my phone interview, they had auditions for performers and in my city. And what's the worst thing about it too is that my city was the last city for audition. You can imagine how upset I was. And you know, the lady just asked like, oh, do you still want to continue to do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll continue. Why not? It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. There's other roles. Like I still wanted to do Disney because it's still just like a great opportunity. You will be asked to rank the roles that you want. So, you know, performer was like my number one, even though like I couldn't obviously. Then number two was character attendant, and performer and character attendant those are the main ones like in the like that get chosen. And there's like attractions, there's parking attendants, there's food and beverage, housekeeping, guest relations, vacation club, custodial, lifeguard, oh, and merchandise. That's another one. Merchandise. So yeah, those are the roles that I ranked. Like, why is it like, I honestly feel like my life is like a sitcom. Like the things that you don't want to happen to me. I did my whole ranking system, and then I got an email from Disney College Program saying that I was accepted into the college program, and then I found out the role I was going to be in. This particular role I put as the last role I ever wanted. Like I was just like, really? And they revealed that my role was custodial. And not to hate on custodians, after like doing my role, like I have like way more of an appreciation for custodial. I mean, I always had an appreciation for custodial, even from like a young age. I would always be nice to them and, you know, not leave a mess and trash, like even when like I'm at restaurants and stuff. And I think also the reason why I got that position is because I did apply pretty late. Maybe it was just like the other roles were filled. I was like, you know what, I'll still do it. Like I was being hesitant about it because I was like, I don't think I want to do this. Like I don't want to like have to clean up and like clean bathrooms all day long. Like, but I was like, you know what, it's Disney, it's going on my resume, like let me just do it, get it over with, and move on from it. I think once after you are accepted into the college program, you've accepted the role that you want, you then go on into choosing where you want to live. I don't know what the new housing situation at Disney is, because I know that they did sell the apartments that we were in for my college program. There were originally like four apartment complexes. So there was Buena Vista, there was Chatham Square, the Commons, and Patterson. Buena Vista, that's Disney's original Disney College housing program, so it's a little bit more dingier, a little bit more like older. Like it was kind of the more rowdier apartment complex. And then there was like Chatham Square, which I don't know what the issue was with Chatham Square. Oh, I know what it was. It had bunk beds. And I was like, I'm not gonna sleep in a bunk bed. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I believe, yeah, because I believe Chatham Square had bunk beds, the Commons had bunk beds, and Patterson was the only apartment complex that did not have bunk beds. And it also was quiet, and I'm like a quiet person. I'm like an introvert. I don't like going outside too much. What they do with housing, how they pay for it, is that they take the money out of your paycheck to pay for your apartment, so it's like automatically like kind of withdrawn. I know like the more bedrooms you got, the cheaper the rent was. You can choose up to 6 people in 3 bedrooms. That's like the max limit I have of people at Patterson. I don't know what it was. I think it's the same at like Chatham and everywhere else, but the difference between Chatham and the Commons was that you got bunk beds, and I think also Buena Vista. I'm not sure if Buena Vista had bunk beds or not, but I knew Patterson was like the only one with like the 6 bedroom where you didn't have to have bunk beds. And then also that's where you like register for your car. You also have to pay like fees and all that other stuff. And what's also great about Disney is that, because obviously we are in college, there are people who are like juniors and seniors who are clearly able to drink alcohol, and then you have your sophomore and freshmen who aren't supposed to be drinking alcohol. So you have like your wellness and non-wellness apartments. So you can choose to either be in like a wellness apartment, which means like no one drinks or like smokes in the apartment. You end up going into a room that is a non-wellness room. You have to say that you are not able to drink. Your other roommates can drink, but if like someone catches you drinking, you could get in trouble. Typically people who don't drink or who are too young to drink, you have to choose like a wellness apartment versus a non-wellness apartment. Also, my apartment, I believe, was on the 2nd floor. Honestly, 2nd floor apartments is like the best in Florida, because the closer you are to the ground, more like salamanders and bugs and snakes can easily like get in. They also do a room application at Disney so that you kind of are somewhat compatible with your roommates. My roommates, I loved every single one of my roommates. I'm still kind of in contact with obviously like 2 or 3 of my roommates. Savannah, she was one of my roommates that worked at my location, so me and her like talked a lot at work, as well as I'm still in contact with Shiny. Like I follow her on Instagram, and like I like text her every now and then through DMs. And then also Caitlin. Like we were honestly a family. Like we got on each other's nerves, and we also got along with each other. Like there were times we hated each other, and there was times that we loved each other, and like we would make each other laugh until we cried. For the most part, I loved all my roommates, and if you guys are watching this video, I love you guys and I miss you, and I hope everything's going well with you guys. There is this thing called traditions. Everyone goes through it if you have been a cast member, and I'm telling you guys, it is the most magical, rewarding thing to go through. You just have such more of an appreciation for the company and for what it is and for what it stands for. You will be there for like a long time, so bring snacks. You got to make sure you bring snacks. Traditions was like pretty early. I'm pretty sure my traditions was like at 8 a.m. When I look back on my program, that's like one of like the favorite things that I love the most about the program was definitely traditions. You also get your name tag, and you get your member ID card as well, and that's your ID card that you clock in to work with, and as well as you get into the park for free. Cast member, you get a bunch of perks. Like you get into parks for free, discount on merchandise as well as food and dining. That was like honestly the best part. You get yourself in for free as well as other people. You can like accumulate tickets over the months to where like I think you get 3 free tickets, so you can get like 3 people basically into the park for free. Not only did I get the role that I least wanted, I also got the location that I wanted the least as well. It's just a tragedy right now. It's like my life was just a tragedy. Pile it on me, like please pile it on me. And this is no hate to this location. Like I know you guys are trying. I'm not hating on the managers. Like the managers were great. Never had any issues with my managers. My location reveal was at All-Star Resort. Now, some of you may know All-Star. It's one of Disney's value resorts. That's another thing too, is that one thing I did not like about my role was that I was at a resort, which is another one of the things. Like I was like, no, I don't want to work at a resort. I need to work at a park. And this value resort is like the least ranked. Like it's like the worst resort technically on Disney's property. I understand why, because one, it is a value resort, and so you're not going to get the same amenities that you would get in a Grand Deluxe or a deluxe or moderate hotel. But not everyone is able to afford Disney to be able to stay in a Grand Deluxe hotel and to be able to go to the parks every day. Some people have to cut corners and make ends meet. They just look at, this particular location as like, oh, I don't look to have like a good time at this resort. I look to just lay my head here and go to the parks. Yeah, they basically broke down the responsibilities of my role. Also made me realize how clean Disney really is. I would still go to Disney even in COVID times because I just know how clean Disney was with me working there. So I know that they're on everybody's butts. You guys don't understand how clean it's that clean. They have a service that comes in and cleans the park in the mornings and at night and in midday while the park is going on. It's clean, y'all. All right, kind of just went over like the responsibilities and how clean like Disney is and their whole like cleaning process. They literally have an app dedicated to cleaning Disney. Yeah, but that's just a little bit about my location reveal, job training, traditions. Like I said, I was in the custodial role, and even though it wasn't my favorite role, definitely, like, I would say like, some of the cast members are what made the role a little bit better. I definitely think like my other CPs and some of the like full-time cast members are what made my CP experience more memorable. So basically what I mostly had to do in this role was kind of was obviously like I had to clean bathrooms. At first I thought I was just mainly cleaning bathrooms, but you clean obviously lobby bathrooms, like cast member bathrooms. You can clean like the headquarters. You usually would clean the pool area. Pool was my favorite, I would say, just because like you didn't really have to do much at pool. Our one resort was like a part of 3 resorts, which made it feel like a bigger resort in a way. I mostly did pool. Pool was my favorite because you had like the front pool and then you had the back pool. I personally love the back pool. Like I would clean up the front pool like right before the pool closed, and then I would go to the back. But like for the most part, pool was like dead because pools open later and they close earlier. So I liked pool for the most part because I didn't have to do like much work. And then there was also, you had a trash shift, and I was just collecting trash around the whole entire complex of like your one resort. So there was like movies, music, and I think sports. Then whenever there were competitions or conferences, other things of that nature, because our resort does have a convention center, you would also have like Coliseum, which is the convention center for the All-Star Resort. And we could never really take break exactly at the same time. So it was like, except for trash, everyone got the same break time. The difference between working at a resort and working at a park, parks close, resorts don't. And that's just that. There was one night where I worked from like 2 a.m. because like somebody, I don't even know, like someone somehow, they slammed their finger in the bathroom door and they got blood literally everywhere. So and that's another thing with custodial, you have to clean up blood. So if you're someone who's queasy about blood, definitely opt out of getting involved in that role, because you have to clean up that, you have to clean up vomit, you have to clean up poop. Yeah, it's not cute. So there was so much beef at my resort between morning and night shift, because morning shift, like, they don't necessarily have to make sure that they leave like their like area. Like if it ends up getting dirty, like, obviously throughout the day you can't get blamed for like that fact that like you left at a certain time and now it's dirty. Like it's probably because other people went into the bathroom or into the lobby. In night shift never really liked it, because it was like night shift, you had to make sure everything was perfect and crisp and clean and ready for the morning shift to get there. Because if you don't, you'll end up getting blamed, because like morning shift, like they were kind of known to like tattle. The scheduling just sucked at my location. Towards the beginning, they were a little bit lenient because when we had more cast members, because some of the cast members who were with us either like extended their college program or they were like part-time, and like they were only working for a certain amount of time. So we had like, we had a good amount of people. The Disney college program, you're allowed to take college course credited classes, which is what I did. So I got an extra day off of work, so I had 2 days off of work, which I was kind of used to. Then once we started losing people, they reduced my time off, so then I only had literally 1 day off, and I had to work 6 days straight. And you know, like I would come home like super late, like I was always tired, and I never had time to really do any of the outside opportunities that Disney offered for the college program because of the fact that I was always tired, and I was like really upset about it because of that fact that I wasn't able to really get the full Disney college program experience, because I know like a lot of my other friends, they had like they got more time off because they were, you know, they worked there longer, or they extended their program so they have more seniority. And that's another thing to talk about too, is that Disney has a seniority policy, so whoever is there the longest, they'll have the first to say like, oh, I need this day off, or I need this day off. And it didn't matter whether you put it in, 9 times out of 10 you probably won't be able to do it, or you would have to like switch a shift with someone. So you had like the morning shift, and that was like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Before daylight savings, it was 8 a.m. to 6, and then they changed it to 9 to 5 so that we're not driving in the dark. Then you have your night shift, which is from 3 to midnight. Sometimes like the older cast members kind of like not made me feel crappy, but like they kind of just acted like I had like one issue where someone had like puked or something in the lobby, and I was all the way at the back pool because I was doing pools that day, or like I had to do pools. And so I was like, I'm at the pool. I asked like one of my cast members like, oh, I'm at the pool, do you think you could do this? And he was like, sure. And then he went and told the coordinator that I was telling him what to do. And I was like, first of all, no, that's like this thing gets me upset, because like I hate when people lie, and I hate when people act like oh, like it's fine, but then in reality it's not fine. Like, tell me that it's not okay. I would have respected the other cast member more if they had told me like that, I'm not exactly supposed to do this, do you think you could contact the coordinator? I would have had more respect for them if they had said that versus running and tattling on the coordinator. Like, that's the type of stuff that I didn't like. So these are courses that Disney offers for you to take as credit. I think you can still take college classes while you're working at the Disney college program. I mean, it is just going to be harder because you have work on top of schoolwork, and where like with my school, I go to an art school where it's mostly project-based stuff, so I would not have time personally. They offer a bunch of different courses. I really wanted to do like the Disney history or Disney performance class, but there was something wrong with the website. I guess when I tried to sign up for these classes, like it glitched out or something, and I couldn't get into any classes. That sucks because I'm a performing arts major, because then all the other classes were kind of just pointless at that point. That class filled up so quickly, and it's like I really wish they did the courses based off of your major, so like it could count, because like that could have counted towards like a performance elective for me. But the course I took was the hospitality course. Basically it was like hospitality, hotel management type of stuff. Like, I'm just here because I need this for my credit. I'm just taking it for credit. And also the plus side was that I got an extra day off of work because they never schedule you during your class days. After work activities that the Disney College program offers, so they will like send out like usually like newsletters or blast emails about you can like meet very like rare characters that you can't meet at the parks. Like, I think I met like one time I met like the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. You also get like movie nights, parties, they have sports events, they have like all these different events, which I suggest like you do them. Like I even like for myself, like I look back and I'm like, you know what, even I would be tired at work. Like, this is a once in a lifetime experience. I mean, most of the time I was working during those times when those activities happened, and every time I tried to like ask to like switch roles with someone, I never could. So it was almost like I didn't get like a full experience because of where I feel like I worked. Like, I feel like they just didn't have, like, once again, they just didn't have enough people. Kind of makes me upset, like, and sad, because I felt like I like wasted most of my time working. I mean, granted, like, it is Disney college program, like, you're coming here to work. It's not like a free vacation, like, you are gonna have to work, but it's just like I still wish I was able to like enjoy some of those activities. Then they also have a prom. I'm gonna talk about the prom. It was so much fun. I loved my prom. I'm gonna try and insert photos. I just loved it. You know, it was a great time for me to actually be like, I'm done, I'm over this program. What ended up happening is I decided to make the decision to leave my program a little bit early than what I anticipated to leave. I think it was honestly a good thing, because then this way it gave me at least a week to like settle in before having to go right back into school. Originally, like, my program was supposed to end like, I think the week before my classes would start, and I would have to move out that weekend, and it was just gonna be too much for me to do. So I was like, I just made the decision to make my program shorter. But I wasn't able to go to my graduation, which kind of sucked. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, my program was good overall. Like, I mean, I think it was time for me to go. Like, I was just ready to go. So the question is that would I do this program again? And absolutely, like, the honest truth, I would. But I would definitely want to come back as a performer or character attendant. But honestly, like, overall, the program really just taught me so many lessons. Like, it taught me about hard work. It taught me that, you know, I can really like live on my own. It taught me like really to go after what I really want to pursue, which is acting, because I would never want to get in a job position where I hate what I'm doing. Like, I want to wake up and love what I'm doing. Now, you may be like thinking, if you are, you know, a future college program, if you are already in the college program, you may think like your job or role is like so small and minuscule, like it's a small piece of a big giant puzzle. But it's so rewarding, honestly, going to that fireworks show and seeing everybody's faces light up, and you just feel like, I'm like this small piece, but I brought like some type of magic to somebody at least today. Like, maybe my smile helped somebody today. And, you know, and yeah, I might not be a part of the big entertainment part of Disney. I am still a part of what makes Disney magical. So that's just like my final little 2-bit piece of words. You know, if you want to see more videos like this with me sitting down and talking with you guys, definitely give this thumb a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also turn on the post notification so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. So follow me on all my social media so that you can be included in choosing the next video. But yeah, I guess that wraps up this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now.
What a wonderful world.